Hello friends, welcome to my channel Card and Loan Official. Today we are going to discuss on one of the very important subject, and a lot of people have asked me about what is AECB or ECB report bureau, anything that you can see. Just because I was getting a lot of requests on do a video on AECB, so what we have done is we have come up with a video on AECB. If you will see, let's understand AECB report in a layman's language. It talks only about a person's financial obligations or financial behaviors with the other bank. If you will see, like AECB report, it gives us a report of last 5 years. It also includes court orders, financial obligations, payments on monthly telecommunication, water and electricity. It also talks about the check which is returned or bounced. It also talks about the credit facility, for example, credit card and personal loan or business loan in case of companies that has been availed. And it gives a clear picture of how a person behaves financially, whether he has cleared all his dues or whether he's clearing all his dues on a regular basis or not. So AECB is generally requested by banks so that they can provide the facility to the applicant based on his AECB report. No one can take out the AECB report without the prior consent of an individual or the applicant. This is generally how AECB report looks like. This is just a sample. It does not resemble any person in particular. So this is how AECB looks like. You have a score on the right hand side and the details on the left hand side. If you will see the second picture, again it's a sample. So this is how the history comes, and then depends on the number of credit facility that has been availed by an individual or a business. It will have the whole detailed report of last 5 years. Okay, how do we get a credit report? So there are 4 simple steps of getting the credit report. Step number 1 is download the AECB report app through App Store or Google Play. Even you can go to their website, which is aecb.gov.ae. You need to log in or register by scanning the Emirates ID. Third step is you should choose the credit report, whether you want a credit report with this score, without this score. There are different services that is being provided. Pay and get your credit report, and you can view how your or you can track on your finances. Expense to salary ratio, it's very simple. It's just a ratio of what an individual has as an expense to the salary that he is earning. Okay, so it is an indicator which is basically designed to see the obligation that a customer has. It can be the obligation towards the bank or financial institute in terms of credit card or loan payments, or it can be an obligation that a customer has towards the telecom services that he has availed, or of course the utility bill which he needs to pay. How can you improve your credit score? Very simple. You can improve your credit score on or before the due date. You should always make the payment on or before the due date. Second, you should avoid check return, come what may, how difficult the situation is. You should never get into a check return. Ensure that you have the balance available in the account. If you want, you can set a timer on your calendar that the check is going to get deposited on certain date, and you should have the balances available. Third is reduce the number of credit cards or loans. Don't keep too many credit cards if you don't need it. Keep only those credit cards which you are using it, or the loans. Of course, whenever you have a requirement, you should go and avail loans. Then you should be reducing the outstanding balance and credit card utilization. So if a person has outstanding balance, he should ensure that he should reduce it. Even the credit card utilization, use it only when you need it. What is NH or NS? As you all know, NH and NS is nothing but no hit or no score customers. Probably few customer who has never availed credit facility in his entire career, or a person like who has availed credit facility but that has not been reported to central bank. So generally ECB has all the reports, all the discussions, all the details which has been presented by the bank or financial institute from where he has availed the credit facility. Data correction, as I told you, generally Al Etihad Credit Bureau can get the details which is being provided by the finance organization or financial institutes or banks or telecommunications and or other data provider. If you think, or if an applicant thinks that data that has been provided to central bank is not correct, he can reach out to AECB and he can raise it with the respective information provider and get his data correction done. How do I get my AECB report online? It's very simple. You just simply go to aecb.gov.in, log in for your details, and you can download your AECB report. What is AECB report is something that I have already explained you earlier, and I think it will be just a repetition. So I'll proceed further. There is one question which I always face whenever I go, and I speak to the banking sales officers or an individual or an applicant. They always say, what is the score? How do we know what is my score, or how do I know? Because bank generally, they never reveal the score. They always say it's very high risk, medium risk, low risk, very low risk customers. So when you will search on Google, you will get to know what is AECB score or what is the credit score range. So generally 541 to 650 is high risk customers, 651 to 710 is medium risk, 711 to 745 is low risk, and 746 to 900 is very low risk customers. So these details are of course available on the Google itself. Instead of asking anyone, I think you should go and check that out on your own. Is AECB report free? Generally you see AECB report are not free because it's a service that is being provided by the bureau. Okay, but you may check probably if you need some details. It may be, may not be. It terms to change. But right now, when you talk about the rates, then for an individual, if they are requesting for AECB report, it is 84 dirhams plus VAT, and for a companies who are requesting for the report, it's 157.5 dirhams plus VAT. It may change because, as I told you earlier, if you're requesting with score, without score, of course the price will change based on the service requested. To be accurate, it's always better that you can go to their website and search on your own. Is 600 AECB score a good score? As I've told you, the AECB score generally varies from 300 to 900, and 600 score is generally high risk customers. So good or bad, it generally depends. If a person is requesting for a credit facility with any bank, then it depends on the particular bank's policy whether they can accept the score or they cannot accept the score. I personally will not be able to tell you whether it's a good score or a bad score. What is the minimum score for loan in UAE? This is also one of the questions which always comes to mind. Me, the banking sales officers or anyone whom I meet, they generally ask me about this. So minimum score, again, it varies from different banks. Every bank is not going to follow the same policies. They have a guidelines from the central bank on how or on what score they should be giving the credit facility. And based on that, based on the framework provided by the central bank, different banks and financial institutes, they make their own policies. So few banks can provide you loan on 580 and above score, and the policies tend to change. Whatever policies they have today, it may change tomorrow. So whenever you are requesting for any credit facility from any bank, please reach out to the banking advisors, and they will be the best person to guide you. What is a bad credit score in UAE? Generally people ask that. So of course 300 being the least is worst, and then 300 to 619 or 20 is a bad score. Can I get a car loan with 540 credit score in UAE? Again, as I told you, different banks have different policies. Few banks may give you a car loan if you have 540 credit score, but policies tends to change. It's always better that a person should maintain his AECB score or from 651 to 900 if he wants any credit facility. Any applicant who has taken a credit card or a personal loan or any credit facility from the bank or financial institution, he should ensure that he make the payment on time, and his credit score should be as good as possible. How can I remove my bad credit score from UAE? So this is also one of the questions which comes to my mind, and today I just thought that I should be addressing all the questions which is coming to me, and there are a lot of people who are asking me also questions. So I thought let me address that. So first of all, if you have an account, you should increase your deposit in the account. If you have any credit facilities, ensure that you pay the credit cards or personal loans. If you have services like telecommunication or utility bills, ensure that you pay your bills on time. Getting a new credit card also impacts your AECB score. So if you have old credit card and you're maintaining that, then ensure that you make the payments on time. Clearing existing dues. If you have dues, if you're a DPD is days past due. If you have 6 DPD, 30 DPD, 60 DPD, then ensure that you clear your dues on time. If you have any existing dues which you have not cleared till now, please ensure that you clear it. Checking your credit report, working towards making it better is also important. You should have a track on your credit report, and if you will have a track on your credit report, of course you can make it better. Managing existing credit cards effectively is very important. Paying loan installments on time and not delaying it is also important, and these things enhances your credit score. Okay, this is a meter which I have showed you. If you'll see, it's dark red when it comes to 350 to 579 score. 580 to 669 is fair. Good score is 670 to 739, whereas a very good score is from 740 to 799, and excellent score is 800 to 850. This may again change from different banks, but this is just an outline to give you an understanding on what bad, poor, or good or excellent credit scores are. Thank you so much, guys. Thanks a lot for your time and patience. It was fun being with you. Trust me, I enjoyed